And I've been definitely, talking about the Brady retirement story this week, not because I'm trying to drum anything up, to be honest with you. It's because I saw a quote in a piece in Sports Illustrated that I'd never heard out of I'd never heard out of his mouth before.
Which one?
The one where he says that when he called winning a relief. It's not like the joy; it's a relief, because when you win, sometimes just winning isn't good enough for you because you expect perfection. And that's what I hear from people that just suddenly decide it's just not worth it, which is something that I've never thought I would ascribe to him. I never, like, the winningest, the guy who's won more. No one's ever going to win like Brady ever again. Right. And I feel very safe in saying that. That generations will come and go. Knocking on wood on this planet, and where football can be played, and we'll never, ever see a winning. Like, they could rename the trophy the Brady Trophy one day, and people shouldn't bat an eyelash, with all due respect to the Lombardi family. And he's calling it a relief. That kind of stood out to me.
Well, a couple of things. So that was the story I was talking about, because you got Sports Person of the Year.
Yeah.
And that's what I was referring to. I was like, just the idea of when he's going to call it quits. So the regression comment jumped out to me because
right.
He was like, I don't want to get bad. Well, he's the best quarterback in the league right now, and he's about to be the MVP again. So does he regress to where he was? If conventional wisdom says he's playing as well, if not better than ever at 44,
right.
Regression only looks like him being not old as in age Tom Brady, but old as in previous iteration of Tom Brady. From a physical standpoint, he's not going to get dumber per se. So from a physical standpoint, he's got enough mental acumen to be able to offset whatever arm strength he may lose, but his arm is as strong as ever. So that was the part that jumped out to me. But even in terms of the relief thing, I didn't read it as a negative. I read it as people like Tom Brady are driven by that. Like, it's almost like it's like a burden that they enjoy bearing, if that makes sense.
Right, I know, but then the enjoyment finally wears off, because that's the whole point about it. Is that you know how it works in this business? It's either your choice to retire or Father Time's choice that you retire, and he doesn't want to be in the middle of a season where Father Time makes that choice for him.
I don't think Father Time. I think, first of all, talk about that. Father Time is holding the L. Like, that fight, I was saying this yesterday. We can't keep talking about Father Time is undefeated. No, Father Time has lost, and he doesn't just get to fight, forever. Like, he's lost to Tom Brady. In the event that Tom Brady actually does decide to retire, that does not go in the ledger as a victory for Father Time, because the fact that he's playing this at 44 counts as a win. That's number one. Number two, I think he's addicted to it. Maybe there's some sort of masochism involved. I don't know, but I think, and it's funny because we thought that the misery was a product of strictly Bill Belichick. They're more alike than maybe the conversation around his departure would lead us to believe. Like, oh, he was just so tired of being taken for granted and being a miserable environment in New England. It's like, no, that's how Brady's wired too. So I think that misery is what keeps him going. If he ever started to feel a sense of joy about winning, and listen, I'm spitballing here because I don't know what it's like to be Tom Brady, but I imagine if he ever started to feel a sense of joy about winning, joy may come dangerously close to satisfaction. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, I think and most greats say this, whether it's Jordan, whether it's Brady, a lot of great athletes and competitors say it's not, I think Pat Riley especially, it's not the winning, it's the, I feel better. The losses hurt more than the wins feel good.
Right, exactly.
But I think that's what drives them, though. I think that's what makes them great. I don't think it's a negative. I don't think it's going to drive him to retirement. I think it's what drives him to keep playing is that, sorry, Lexus, but that relentless pursuit of perfection.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.